Okay, let's have a look at the third component we're going to be drawing. It's going to be this. It's called the connector shield. And drag it out. This component here. It's a little bit more complicated, but you'll start to get the hang of the program by now. Let's close this again. So again, new part. Okay. We need the right plane sketch. We need a center rectangle. So click on the arrows as usual. Drag out. We need to dimension this. So smart dimension. We need to make this line here 4.6, and we need to make this line here 12 and enter. Now we're going to curve these while we sketch, rather than we're going to curve some edges here instead of waiting till we've done it and adding a fillet. So we need a sketch fillet, and we're going to make this 0.5 of a millimeter. So enter and enter that. We need to click on the four corners. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. When we finish that, it will create curved corners already on our sketch, rather than having to do a fillet afterwards. We need to offset this line. So we'll click on offset, and we're going to offset it by 0.3 of a millimeter. Press enter. Now select the line we're going to offset. We actually want this to go inside, so we're going to reverse the direction of the dimension of 0.3. Let's put it inside. Select that. Make it isometric, and we're going to go to features, and we're going to go to extrude. So we need to make this 19, which was the same as the previous component, and finish that. Zoom to fit. We're now going to put some holes on, drawing on this surface that goes through the whole part. So select the top surface, click on the sketch. Right, we've been using this to get our view to look at whether it's 3D or on the sketch. We are going to learn a couple of shortcuts. If I go on here and go to the isometric, we'll see it says isometric control +7. That is for that. And here we go on there, normal to the sketch, also the sketch straight onto us, it says control +8. So let's try those. Press control and number 8. So it's turning it so our sketch is straight onto us. Control and 7 turns it to isometric. So go back to the sketch, control and number 8. And we're going to draw some rectangles on the top here. So let's get a corner rectangle. We're going to draw a corner rectangle somewhere here, doesn't matter what size it is. Get the dimension tool. I'm going to make this, give it a couple of dimensions. We're going to make that 2, and we're going to make this one 2.4. Right, we need to dimension how far it is from this edge here. So click on the edge, click on the line on the rectangle, and we're going to make that 5.2. Enter. And we're going to make it from that line there to the edge of the rectangle. That is going to be 1.8. Enter. Now I could draw another square over here and dimension it exactly the same, but we don't need to do that. If we go up here, we'll get a thing called a center line. I'm going to go from the orange arrows here, and we're going to pick up the middle of this line over here. To finish this, we double click, and we need to get the mirror entities. What I'm going to do is draw a box around the 4 lines we've got, and we need to select where we're mirroring, the mirror line which is there. So finish that, and there you see we've mirrored this drawing across here, across this centre line. If I change the dimension over here and made this a 3, it would be reflected on the other side. I'll go back to 2.4, which is what we want. Right, we're going to put another rectangle over here. We haven't finished quite yet. So draw anywhere here. And what we're going to do is we're going to make this line here in line with this, or collinear. So go back to here and add a relationship. I'm going to add a relationship between this line and this line, and we want to make them collinear. So that's put them in line. Right click in here and clear that selection. I'm going to go to this line and this line, and we're going to make those collinear. So we'll finish with that. We just need a width of this, so dimensions. Click on here and make this 1.5, and we also need to set how far it is from this end, don't we? So I think, if I remember rightly, this is 5. So we've finished drawing. So if we go to Control 7, turns it into 3D. Before we do that, we're going to save this component. So save as. Before we go any further, connect to Shield. Right over that file. Right, okay, we've got that sketch. Let's go to Features. We're not extruding, we're going to extrude a cut. And we just need to go through all. So there you go. Just made holes straight through the component. So let's save that. Right, we need to remove some material here. So we're going to select the top surface. We're going to go to Sketch. We're going to press Control and number 8 to rotate it. We're going to go to get a corner rectangle. From this corner here, come down and make sure it clicks onto this line here. Because this is snapped onto here, here and here, the only dimension we need is this one. And that is going to be 4 millimeters. And enter. Now we need to cut this, so I'll press my middle mouse wheel down and move my mouse so we can see what's going on here. We need to cut that down to this surface here, not through the part. So Features, Extrude Cut. So we need to select up to a surface, which we've got here. There's quite a lot of different things you can choose. So up to surface and select. And as you can see, it's removed all that material down to this surface here. Save that. We now need to modify this bit here, so select this surface and sketch, Control and number 8. We need a corner rectangle. From here, again, it's going to snap onto the corner and it will snap onto this line here. Well, we know that's 4 millimeters because we just did it, and I want that to be 4. So again, I'm going to add a relationship. I'm going to add a relationship between. Make sure this box is empty before you start. If we've accidentally selected some lines, again, you right click in here and clear the selection. We want to make a relationship between this line and this line. We're going to make them equal. Okay, so that's gone the other way. I also then want to, it should have snapped onto that line, but I'll make this 4 millimeters. Yours may stay there, it may not. We are going to put a sketch fillet of 3 millimeters. Type in 3 and enter, and that's going to be on this corner here. Right, we need to mirror that sketch from this side to this side. So again, we're going to put a center line on here. So select the center line, start from the center point there, bring it over here, and again double click to finish. So we are going to mirror. Again, we draw a box around what we want to mirror, which are those lines there. If you remember, we select the mirror point, which is there. Finish that. Middle mouse button and move again. So we see what's going to happen. We're going to remove this material here with a extruded cut. We do it like that, or again I do it properly and select through all and finish. So that is our completed component. So let's save that and finish this video.